Whoa. Quite a spill. But it's so good. Hello. Just been kind of chilling here waiting this morning. Have some nice music playing, and then it's been playing since 3 a.m. when I woke up. And yeah, I plan to record this in an hour or two after I had prepared all of my drinks to break the fast. But I was feeling a bit emotional right now, so I thought I might as well just come on and just share from wherever this place is coming. And my throat is a bit interesting. Same with my mouth. I was technically supposed to have my mouth like closed for the past 3 days completely, but you know, I've been teaching group sessions. I've been talking to people. Certainly has not been closed the whole time, but it's okay. But you tend to get like dry mouth a lot by this point. Yeah, well, I've slept a combination of what I usually sleep, 7 to 8 hours for one night over the past 3 nights. I keep waking up around 3 or 4. So I'm just up all morning, kind of wide awake, just kind of doing my thing. You know, just keeping myself busy. One thing that was really clear with this whole process, which is almost 11 days now, is keeping moving. You know, there's one thing I've noticed in my life just regularly over the past few months where I kind of have been cooped up a little bit at times, or isolated, you know, at home on my computer, which that's been like that since I was like 15, 13, you know, downstairs in my basement on my computer, just researching, studying, going through the portals, like my own spaceship. You know, that's what I've attributed to learning so much, because I've just gone through all the rabbit holes and I could find basically anything I want to find, you know, and always find like things that are coming, you know, before the trend hits, or things that only like a fraction of the population has even conceived, you know, at this time. Or it's been the consistent theme my whole life, really. But that ends up me becoming kind of cocoon, sitting on my computer chair, not really moving so much, feeling cramped up, feeling kind of stagnant at times, unless I'm moving my creative energy, you know, writing, getting up, doing some yoga, going for walks, you know, maybe talking to some people, going out, meeting people, and these things. And so that's not always in the most, you know, beautiful or preferred balance. And I find that this phase really woke me up to that even more, like, because your kidneys are hurting, and it will really clearly show you. If your kidneys are hurting, it's going to really clearly show you your posture, right? As soon as you're slouching, then you start to feel your kidneys, you know, you start to feel all these things in your back, you know, you start to feel the stagnation of the energy. It's very strong, it's very, very strong. So I had to keep moving, you know, do the daily 5 to 7 kilometer walks. You know, I was doing all these talks with people, the group sessions, and it definitely makes you feel drained a little bit, but nothing like too crazy or unmanageable. That's something that I was happy about with this, you know. It's almost 11 days, no food, no water, and yet I'm still pretty much doing regular things. Now, one element that I've noticed is changed or not as consistent is because the body's in kind of this, I guess, more consistent, uncomfortable feeling. Sometimes there was many bouts of blissfulness, but a lot of kind of overall uncomfortableness, and past 3 days just an obsession with the thirst. So, you know, meditation and my typical states that I get into, and awareness of multidimensional realms and flame body and a lot of things you see back here, which I often feel viscerally. I'm constantly in connection to and communion with, doing daily chanting and psalms, and that actually has not been there much at all, surprisingly. And so I've definitely seen that, and I've definitely not questioned it, but reflected on it in regards to the need for this type of extreme push. Because I know it's very much a spiritual thing for a lot of people, and for me everything is. But at the same time, this was more so a focus on healing particular things as well, because I don't really need to do this to gain some spiritual connection. That's always really present. So this, I guess, woke me up to different layers of how to deal with the uncomfortable nature and still be in direct communion with that true nature. Like for instance, you hear a lot of people in the non-dual space, right, talking about how they're just perpetually resided in this peace and this and that, and I feel that, I know that too. And yet, you do a fast like this, and that's going to test a lot of those perspectives, right? There's still an ever-abiding awareness of the nature of God, the nature of your truth, the nature of who you are, but it doesn't really mean anything. It's just kind of funny. I don't know how to describe it. So I'm excited, or just happy that this is coming to a close in the most grateful way for the process, because I know the balance of what is necessary for me of my cycling with this fasting, because dry fasting certainly brings me into such an equanimity and a deep compassion and a gentleness, and yet also going through these two acid crises, which usually happens on 11 day. That's a lot, and it doesn't have to be done often. A lot of people say this could be done once in a lifetime almost, or once a year, once every couple of years. I know this isn't going to be the last time for me, but I'm just at this point. I'm in such gratitude and appreciation of food and tastes, and specifically juices or liquids or fruits. I literally slept with this beside my bed today. Oh. It was funny because I watched an old video that I had seen many years ago by Luigi Gino, from Masterfast, the creator of Masterfast. It's 108 days on the cooked grape juice, and he has a very unique approach, different than a lot of people. And I remember, there's a couple of videos that I've watched over the years of breatharians, like touching water for the first time in months, or going under a waterfall and just being in like an orgasm, or breaking a 12-day fast like Luigi, and just like I could feel everything about what he was feeling, like just the undescribable joy. So I watched that last night, and he was like smelling limes. I'm like, oh yeah, why didn't I do that? Like just have it beside me so I can smell it. So I slept with it beside me in this orange, this clementine. So yeah, oh man, I broke into tears walking yesterday, thinking of my friend eating an apple. Like a memory of him eating one or holding one, and I was just looking at the apple, and I was just like crying, walking to get to cucumbers to juice today, and some water. And then at the waterfall, like putting my head in, and just like the joy, the tears, the appreciation. It's just, there's nothing compares. I mean, I've been in this type of space a lot the past 6 months. Just such a deep compassion for everything, a deep appreciation for everything, in ways I don't think I've ever experienced. But this just, like, with the simplest things, it's hard to describe, and I can't. I mean, I'm still talking a lot, but I'll probably put this all together in a more cohesive manner after I drink, because right now I'm just a little, I'm alright. Feel good. So, another thing is I hadn't planned to really reveal that I was doing this during it. I only really shared that piece on my back healing on the 7th day. That was the first time I publicly shared, because it was just so profound and the writing just flew, and I'm just like, alright, I'll just share it. Because I had told a couple people in my private groups and some friends, but in the Bible, it speaks to doing this in solitude with nobody knowing. And I understand that, I've done many fasts before, obviously, where I document the whole process and I share every step, and I'm doing video blogs, and people appreciate that. And I'm not dogmatic on this, but I also hadn't ever done it like a long one, a serious one, where I didn't tell anybody, and I wasn't looking to. I mean, I'm not really looking to get approval or appreciation. It's always nice to have feedback, but I wanted to be clear about that and just be with myself and just walk the talk, just do it, and then show the fruits. And I think for me, the fruits are gonna take a while. Well, I mean, this clear thing, my back feels like amazing. My ankle that I almost broke, I guess, in the summer, partially fractured, partial break, whatever. That's like 97% maybe. Like, it's just almost gone. It's still there a bit, like a tiny bit, but I feel like the stem cells are just proliferating, and now as I break, they're gonna start going to all the places to help regenerate. And like, you could probably tell I'm a bit skinny. I mean, I'm not big to begin with, but maybe I'll put the picture up of what I look like a couple months ago. And I'm the smallest I've been, I think, since high school, which is that's a long time ago. 13 years, 15 years ago. So I think I'm probably that small right now, which is surprising. I'm not concerned about it, but like, in previous times it would be a huge ego hit. But I'm confident I can build it back up, of course, and in a beautiful way, because so much of the muscle I put on in my life, especially earlier, was very angry muscle. I think I've gone through phases where I've gotten rid of a lot of that, but we'll see this time. So yeah, I don't know if I'll share more. Probably the next clip will be of me having juices in front of me, or waters, and what I'm gonna break with, and I'll explain that and do it on camera with you. And yeah, thanks. So we're here after I spent the last hour just making everything. I mean, not too much to make, really. I just juiced about 6, 7 limes, mangoes, and 1 small orange for the citrus, which is not all here, but some, and diluted with water, coconut water, cucumber with lemon, and some kind of diluted pineapple juice. There's a lot of perspectives about breaking fast past 7 days. People get really almost dogmatic, but like, it's just a lot of caution. That's what I understand, and a lot of the doctors, or those, talking about it, they're really big on a lot of things. I just kind of went what I naturally felt. Like yesterday, going to the store, I had the feeling of cucumber juice, and when I walked in, like, literally my eyes like lasered in on the cucumbers. Like, it was just crazy. Like, literally, boom! Like, out of all the produce, just boom. So I knew, like, okay, get a cucumber, because the cucumber is a fruit that doesn't really spike the sugars too much. And while I'm not worried about that, I do understand that, yeah, it could really quickly bring it out of autophagy and that kind of thing. And even this amount of pineapple, I'm not too concerned about, and the rest, of course, not. We also have the baking soda, which is it's an isolate, but it's an isolate that is actually quite potent and really helpful to help alkalize everything after these 11 days and kind of prepare. So I don't know if I'm going to drink all of these stuff right now. Surely that's going to be a lot, but it's more, well, I want it to look pretty, because it just looks nice, smells nice. Oh my God. Yeah. So who knows what's going to happen here. I also have this kind of glacier smart water. Don't really drink water much, but I like this one. Feels nice. So I may even just have like a small swig. I don't know. I think I'm gonna start with this. Put the baking soda in. Put a bit of pineapple. Drink a little bit of that. Um, and yeah, I mean, I'm so grateful for this experience. All my teachers, so many over the years. I mean, this journey has been going on for 8, 9 years now. Like the change of diet, the cleansing, the fasting, all that, and people look at this as extreme. And this has been a little bit of a push, but really, it's not really that extreme in consideration of all the things that I've done before. And on top of that, I'm still just a baby in this pond. There's people that do these like all the time. I see people doing like past 7 days or 20 days, 50 days, really advanced. I mean, it's still like not even, it's just still such a small portion of the population doing this. But in my eyes, I still see so many. So I humble myself endlessly to this, and the fact that I'm constantly learning myself, and everything I share. I'm not recommending everyone just jump into this or do any of this, really. I'm just sharing what I'm experiencing, and after this, I could come back and say, I don't know about this 11 day, or I would do it differently, or or maybe I don't know. I never know, and I'm here to just experience and be humble and enjoy. So yeah. So a couple other things on my table. I got the Alareya Rashatan code, the feel good code, helping charge up everything, blessing these beautiful juices with the most love and utmost reverence and gratitude and everything, just the eternal flowing through everything here. These two little figurines I've had since I was a young boy. I was really reflecting on the Kodak bear recently, like the hibernation, the dry fast hibernation that the Kodak bear goes through. You understand? Like Dr. Philinov talks, I didn't even go through the whole book, but he talks about all the animals that go and literally die in the winter almost, right? To be reborn. So we're in the middle of winter here in the middle of Canadian winter, and that's what's happening in so many ways. That's what I feel, right? So then of course we have the hawk and the totem pole, respecting everything about these lands, and just the hawk, that bird's eye view, the one who can see. And quartz, of course. Quartz is the most pure crystal. Everything can be programmed with this quartz. So yeah. Enough talking. I'm just gonna go for this. Oh, quite a spill, but it's so good. Oh my gosh. And I've never actually even drank something like that. Like a lemon pineapple, like that much lemon. Oh my gosh. I can't even describe, like. I was just sipping, but already full. Making sure it's on the table, so I put the placemat. I'm happy I did. I think I just found it's just a new amazing drink, like so much lemon, diluted a little bit, with this diluted pineapple. It's like a carbonated lemon. Oh, baking soda as well is probably what's doing that. One thing I'm missing here, which I may get after today, is I was gonna do some nice shot of like the grape juice or a little bit more, kind of like this grape lemon. But I am being a little bit mindful of the sugar waves. Yeah, I feel resonant with that. I remember last time I had watermelon juice, like pretty quick after a 4-day, and I got a headache pretty quick. So I know people are more concerned about like breaking autophagy and stuff, but get that headache. I really want to extend this a little bit. This is really nice. Thing ever to break the fast with. I feel like you could say almost anything would be on this day, but wow. Well, I'm gonna continue this for a while, so I'm gonna probably end this recording here on the what's posted, but probably still record people if I end up wanting to show the rest. But I'm just gonna enjoy myself. Yeah, I'm really just liking this combo. I'm gonna go get more. Alright, so we're back again with more of this amazing drink here. My gosh, I tried the others as you saw. I'm like, not really feeling it. That's like, it's not just because I broke this 11 day. It's literally like so good. One of the best juices best drinks I've had. And so far it feels good. Like I've been drinking a decent amount. Maybe wouldn't recommend everyone drinking that much. But, I mean, this is inspired by watching that Luigi video last night. Old Luigi from 2016, he did a 12-day from the Master Fast, and he did the lemon, some apple cider vinegar, and put the baking soda, same thing. It kind of like overflowed or just coming up, and he was drinking it. Then he poured pomelo juice in, which is probably similar. I'm so happy, I'm so grateful, so grateful. I saw that last night, and for him, and this